Alrighty, welcome back to my channel. What we're doing today is looking at how I place an overlay on my prom gown. So this is the bodice. I've base stitched the overlay on top of it, and as you can see, I left about an inch space on that piece so that I can be able to sew the bodice to the skirt of the dress. And so what I'm getting ready to do now, I'm making sure that I put the right sides together, the right side of the bodice and the right side of the bottom skirt portion. And I'm getting ready to go ahead and pin those down. And it's very important that when you're working with an overlay or lining or anything like that, especially if it may shift, you want to make sure that you always base stitch that down, just so that you don't have to worry about it shifting when you're getting ready to sew. And that's the main thing. But just don't forget to leave about an inch worth of space at the bottom of that bodice area so that you can be able to make sure you sew that down to the skirt. So I'm just pinning now, and you're going to see me sew it up in just a moment. Y'all, my thread came out of my machine. I wasn't holding the thread when I was getting ready to start my stitching, so I had to just rethread the machine, but it's okay. So what I'm doing now, I am sewing up the bodice to the skirt, and I'm just sewing what I pinned earlier. So that's all I'm doing in this piece here. Okay, so I have sewn that part together, and as you can see, it's already coming together. I have that bodice piece sewn up, and I have the overlay still hanging. It's not sewn onto the dress right now. I'm flipping up the overlay so that you can see pretty much how that's going to go. Yes, the dress is twisted up a little bit, so we're untwisting the dress so that you can have a better visual of this overlay. Alright, so on the side of the bodice, you see where you have that seam with the bodice and the skirt. On the side, you want to make sure you go ahead and sew down the rest of the bodice part, sew it down to the seam, because that's going to let you know that you at least have your bodice sewn down to the waistline part. With the this is the part right here. You're going to sew down to that part. Remember how we left the opening, and you're just going to want to make sure that the bodice is sewn down at least to the waistline, so when you get ready to actually sew up the rest of the dress, you already have that piece sewn together. So what I'm doing now is just sewing the bodice piece that I base stitched earlier. You're just sewing that down to the seam, to the waist seam. That feels good. right, I'm showing you how I finished that sewing down to the seam. When you sew up your dress, you'll be able to have the overlay and place it however you like it. Catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click that notification bell. All right.